Decker figured he could have tried to run when he saw Holtz. He'd spotted his boss from a couple 100 feet away across the beach. But what was the point? If Holtz had been able to find him here, he'd be able to find him again no matter where he ran. "The hell do you think you're doing, Deck?" Holtz was staring right at Mohammed. "What do you mean, buddy?" "Don't buddy me." Holtz walked right up to Decker. They were both big men, roughly the same height and weight, though much of the weight that Holtz, a former linebacker, carried was around his waist. "You know what I'm talking about. I came to see you in Bishkek and you ran out on me and slashed my tire. What the hell was that all about?" "I don't know what you're talking about." "Yes, you do." "I haven't been back to my house since before I went climbing." "Bullshit." Holtz poked his finger into Decker's chest. Decker just looked at his chest and then at Holtz. "I'm taking the kid," said Holtz. "No can do, Bruce." "This is way over your pay grade, Deck. I know Mark must have asked you to do him a favor, and I can appreciate that you guys are friends and that you owe him for what went down in Iran, but you have to back off on this one. And slashing my tire, man, that was Bush League." Decker deliberated for a moment and concluded there was no point in continuing to lie. "How'd you find me? I ditched the car and my phone." Holtz smiled. "You kept the key to the Explorer, though." Decker's hand went to his front right pants pocket. "I had a GPS transmitter wired to it," said Holtz. "Runs off the same battery that unlocks the car." Decker smiled. "Bastard. Hey, I was doing it for your own protection. Now move. You've abducted a child that isn't yours, and I'm taking him back." "He's an orphan. He came from Daria's orphanage. Mark asked me to take care of him." "I've been hired by our government. Our government, Deck, the United States of America, to do a job, and I intend to do that job." Holtz took a step toward Mohammed, who was oblivious to the discussion that had been going on. Decker put up his arm, blocking Holtz. "No," said Decker. "I promised Mark." "Take your hand off me now, Decker. You're out of a job. Plus, I'll blacklist you with DOD and the agency." Decker kept his hand in place. "You didn't bring any backup, did you?" He and Holtz had gotten along pretty well over the time they'd known each other. They'd talked a lot of football, had played poker over beers. It occurred to Decker that this superficial familiarity had led Holtz to misjudge the situation. "You don't scare me, Deck." "It was a mistake not to have brought backup." "I said take your hand off me. Or nothing, but I'm still taking the kid." Holtz pushed forward, prompting Decker to throw a fake punch with his left hand to Holtz's head. When Holtz ducked and blocked the blow with his right forearm, Decker threw all his weight and strength into a massive uppercut to Holtz's solar plexus. His fist connected with a thud, and Holtz was thrown back a few feet, dazed but still standing. Decker followed up with a chokehold that lifted Holtz off the ground and a leg sweep that sent him tumbling into the sand. He straddled Holtz on the ground, threw a handful of sand into his face, and then fired off 2 lightning punches to the gut, knocking the wind out of Holtz for a second time. Mohammed noticed what was going on and started crying. "Sorry, guy," Decker said to the boy as he flipped Holtz onto his belly. Using the rough, frayed rope attached to the end of the paddle boat, Decker hog-tied Holtz as fast as he could. That done, he stood, pulled out the key to his Explorer, threw it down in the sand next to Holtz, and said, "I parked in Tokmak at the gas station that's right off Route 365. You can catch a cab there for $50. In the meantime, I'll be taking your Jag." So much for ever working for Kane again, he thought. Decker stuck his hands into Holtz's pocket and pulled out a set of keys. There was probably a tracking device on the Jag, too, but he'd use the car to put some distance between him and Holtz in the next hour and then figure something else out. "Hey, Mohammed, my man. We're going on another adventure. How about that?" Mohammed looked apprehensive.